na ng pangalawang Pangulo na nagtatrabaho lang.
Good afternoon, Madam. Good afternoon, Madam Vice President. I'm just going to pick up on Mara's line of questioning. You said, and I understand your explanation about these confidential funds haven't been approved by several layers in the government. But maybe just to go back to the basics, if you can explain to ordinary Filipinos why the Office of the Vice President needs confidential intelligence funds.
Okay, yes. For the Office of the Vice President, it's not the first time that the office was granted confidential funds. During the time of Vice President Binay, the office was already given confidential funds. The confidential funds we use in relation to our work and national security. All the projects and the programs of the Office of the Vice President target poverty alleviation. There is a direct correlation between poverty and national security. So what we do is we want to target the areas where we put our projects so that we achieve peace and order, security. So we don't want to our projects put in areas where it is not needed for poverty alleviation. So we want to prioritize the areas. And the only way to do that is to use confidential funds to purchase information. So where are the target areas? We need that so that our projects will serve these areas. So that's why we needed the confidential funds. In the Department of Education, there is a correlation as well of the education and national security. In fact, that is one of there is a correlation as well of education and national security. There are so many threats to education, not just insurgency, and threats to Department of Education personnel and students as well. And we wanted to target projects of the Department of Education as well in the most vulnerable areas and schools. That is why we needed confidential funds. It's all about national security. And the position of the Office of the Vice President and the Department of Education is that national security is a holistic concept. It's not just one, like territorial defense, sovereignty. No, national security is about food security. It's about quality of education. It's about poverty alleviation and everything else that we need to do as a country to get us out of this poverty rut.
But you are in the NTF-LCAP, so couldn't have your offices work with the NTF-LCAP as well as other government agencies that actually have national security mandates?
In the NTF-LCAP, they are only about ano yung meaning ng LCAP? And local armed conflict. And local, there, LCAP. So that is very specific to that local conflict and communism. So as I said, the projects and the programs of OVP target poverty alleviation, and there's so many factors affecting poverty. And there are so many threats to education, not just insurgency.
But there are also other government agencies with national security mandates that you can work with, your offices can work with.
Yes, that is true, but we work far faster if we are allowed to purchase information and target our projects immediately on the certain school or certain barangay or certain municipality. We move faster if we can target our projects.
Okay. Going back to the confidential funds, that was also about confidential funds, but the names that are being verified by the Philippine Statistics Authority. I know you said that you got Chippy McDonald, Fernando Tempora, Carlos Oishi, Raymunda Nova. These were mentioned in a column at the in the Philippine Star, and Joel Chua, Congressman Joel Chua was quoted. Are yes or no, are these code names?
Nakalimutan ko yung sagot ko. Sandali. I cannot explain confidential funds because it will entail explaining intelligence operations. And there is a law that prohibits officials who gathered information because of their office to divulge it in public. So it's the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act. There is a specific provision of law. You cannot divulge confidential information that you um, uh, received while in office.
So you won't even say these are
No, that because
code names.
that will add to cases that may be filed against me.
One last, sorry.
Yes.
Why the choice of a letter submitted to the NBI instead of an affidavit?
Wait, hold on. I can answer. I can give you a very short answer with regard to ARs. I have nothing to do with the preparation of ARs. It went down to the grassroots level. So I had nothing to do with preparations of ARs. I was up here in the structure and money went down for information.
So you have no knowledge why all these names were used in the acknowledgement receipts?
In the first place, we do not even know if these are ARs which came from DepEd or OVP to COA because there's a chain of evidence supposedly. In law, there's a chain of evidence, handling of evidence. So right now, nobody can really answer that because nobody knows if these ARs are true. Because we don't know if it came from us.
That's what they're saying. That's what they're alleging.
Yes, that's what they're saying.
From the OVP submitted to COA.
Yes, but there is a legal process in the custody of evidence. So right now, we really cannot say if the ARs came from us because the ARs that are with us has not been checked with the ARs that are with them.
You're denying that the ARs.
No, I'm just saying that we do not even know if the ARs with us are the ARs that are with them because the ARs from the field going to the office, going to COA, that's not how you do legal work. It's not how you do legal work. There's a very stringent process in evidence. That is why even if there is no law prohibiting a person from divulging confidential information, person cannot answer that because we do not know if that paper that they're holding was the paper that came from the OVP in DepEd. Because there was no marking of exhibits. That was what I was telling Congressman Chua. You cannot ask the OVP personnel to say yes or no to an exhibit that was not marked as real and true, as correct, and as a faithful reproduction of the evidence of the office.
So would your offices then be willing to certify?
No, because there is no question about that. From the Commission on Audit, it's only a congressman saying that this paper and asking what is this paper about. There is no case. And that is to ask that about the paper is the sole jurisdiction of the Commission on Audit.
So then if the Commission on Audit asks,
That is what we are. That is what I was saying. We have been fully cooperative with the Commission on Audit. Everything that they asked for, we submitted. That is why there was a partial disallowance only. And even then, we are not yet finished with the process because we can still submit documents that are required by the Commission on Audit. That is the problem right now, as I said. They are doing work that they are not that is not under the mandate of the House of Representatives. They cannot audit. They cannot question at all. They cannot make me answer um, and say that we represent the taxpayers and you have to answer. No, I will only answer to the Commission on Audit because that is the body who can ask us questions about the fund use.
Next question. Got to make the Amy again.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am, on the issue of your budget not being reinstated or restored, your reaction first on the decision of the bicameral conference committee.
Well, we do not expect anything about the budget of the Office of the Vice President anymore. As I said, the the before I was saying that I am not the problem. I've been saying that I am not the problem. The problem of the Philippines is kahirapan, kagutuman, corruption, and all the other peace and order issues. But it is clear right now that they consider me as the problem already. So I will not help them solve the problem.
Ma'am, a follow-up question. It's nearly January already. Your office will be filing a new budget request for 2026. How much do you intend to ask from Congress for 2026?
We've not discussed that. We need to wait for the budget call because the budget call outlines the rules of your proposal for budget for your office. So we need to read the budget call before we can sit down and discuss a budget proposal for the office of the Vice President.
Ma'am, but top of mind, are you still considering to hike the 733 million, or will you be happy operating on the same expenses in 2026?
I cannot answer that because there are rules. They usually put conditions in the budget call, and we really need to read the budget call to draft a proposed budget.
That's the question.
Just to follow up on the budget, in the previous interviews, you said that you cannot give a definite answer on what will happen with regards to your satellite offices, given that the budget was not final at that time. But given that the BICAM already decided not to reinstate your original proposal of 2 billion, what will happen to your satellite offices? There are around, I think, 10 satellite offices across the country.
Yes. Well, we have to see if we can continue with the projects that they are implementing. We need to see if the projects are still there, and then if they can still implement the projects. So that is something that we have to discuss with the execom of the Office of the Vice President.
Nandun po ba yung possibility of shutdown? And then ano po yung nasabihan na po ba yung mga affected personnel just in case na mag-shutdown nga itong mga satellite offices?
Galing sa central office ng Office of the Vice President, wala kaming sinabi sa kanila. Pero since nababasa naman nila sa media yung nangyayari sa budget, I am sure that they are preparing themselves as well.
Good afternoon, Christian. Ma'am, it was mentioned before na po out yung security nyo at papalitan. Meron na po bang update dito? Tsaka sumunod po ba kayo sa your peer
Yes, wala pang update doon sa pull-out and replacement. Nag-aantay kami sa Armed Forces of the Philippines kung kailan nila gagawin yon. Yes, nagpadala ako ng letter sa Chief of Staff ng Armed Forces of the Philippines. Meron lang akong mga nilatag doon na mga requests. Pinakauna doon is hindi na kami tatanggap, well ako, hindi na ako tatanggap ng replacements. So kung magtanggal sila, hindi na nila i-replace. Iwan na lang nila kung ano yung maiwan. And kung wala mang maiwan dahil tatanggalin nila lahat, I already said that I will seek security arrangements outside of the armed forces of the Philippines already.
Mag-outsource naman kayo. I mean, kasi normally naman, di ba, pag vice president, may naka-designate dyan from the AFP, from the PNP. So, dahil nga, yun nga, may pull out. And so, ang plano naman para mag-outsource na lang kayo.
Yes, we are exploring private security services. Yes. So, my husband, ma'am. Huh?
Would that be construed as a private?
No, because there are professional security services. So that's not considered as a private army. And I do not know if these individuals are allowed to bring guns. So that makes them less of an army, ma'am, kung wala silang baril. Hindi ko alam yung sa professional security services. But that is one option that we are preparing for in case there is a pull out of the entire security detail from the armed forces of the Philippines. Initially, I asked my husband, and then he said that he'll make arrangements.
Out of pocket, ma'am. How much are you estimating for that?
Well, wala pa kaming we have not requested for proposals yet from service providers. We have not requested a proposal yet. So, but I think only Filipino organizations or agencies are allowed that kind of service within the Philippines. I think, Mama, I do not know. But I know that they are Filipinos, yes. No, I don't. No, ma'am. No. But no, I do not feel secure. As I said, that there's always been bias because when we see, say for example, DOJ, iniimbestigahan nila yung press con. Pero hindi nila iniimbestigahan kung bakit kami umabot doon sa press con na yon. Iniimbestigahan nila ang threat ko, no? Pero they've not ever investigated threats against me, which are all documented, but we do not give them the information because we don't trust them at all.
Ma'am, kasi sabi po ni ng mga congressman po, ma'am, kasi parang contrived lang daw yung threat ninyo. Parang it's just an imaginary threat. Like for example, si Asibre nagsabi na imaginary daw yung threat ninyo, unlike doon sa sinasabi na threat daw yung inyong threat to the first family and speaker. What's your take on this po? Kasi parang dinidismiss po ng mga congressman na kayo po ay nag-threat, nagkaroon ng threat sa inyong buhay. Parang sinasabi nila, hindi naman, parang imaginary lang yung threat ni Vice President as opposed to sa sinabi niya doon sa press conference. What's your take on this?
Yes, we have documents, sir. We have screen caps, we have photos, we have police blotters, we have everything on file. But I never talked about it before because I felt na it was part of my job as Vice President. You get that? Aba? So, and it does not affect my work. So all the more that it was inconsequential for me at the time. But right now, seeing that they are picking out words that I said and making a case out of it and saying that these are threats. So I think they should start with where is this coming from? That is the question that they should ask themselves. But I don't think they'll ever ask that of themselves. So we'll just move on to the cases and the impeachment and whatever will come in the new year.
You mentioned that you regret that you are making such threat to the president and the first lady and the speaker.
At no, ma'am, buti na yung alam nila, ma'am, na pag namatay ako, hindi talaga ako, I will not die in vain.
VP, you mentioned the 2028 presidential elections that all of the attacks of the Marcos government really now is all connected to 2028. But the last time,
yes.
a sitting vice president, a very popular sitting vice president, was investigated for corruption allegations and refused to respond in the public forum. Natalo po siya sa elections, and I'm referring to former Vice President Judge Martinez. Ma'am, are you concerned that your enemies would be able to turn public opinion against you and it will hurt any potential plans of you running for president? You're leading surveys as early now.
I've not seen the recent surveys, but yes, that is what they are trying to do, turn public opinion. That is the strategy.
Agent. Yes, yes, yes. But I am not.
Yung mga mine dito. Ala.
Walang audio, nando sa kabila speaker.
Baka may nabulo. Oh, there. Ayan na. Dito na ako.
Yes, yes, but yes. So, yes, that is what they are trying to do, turn public opinion. That is a common strategy in politics, black propaganda, and everything. Will it hurt my chances? I'm not yet a candidate. So, right now, I am just the Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines and working for the country. So, I am not yet a candidate. So I do not know if this will affect me. Maybe my decision in 2026 will consider what is happening right now, but I cannot really say with finality what will be the considerations for me to decide to run for president. As I said, just give me the last quarter of 2026. I think that is the best time for any presidential candidate to decide to run.
Ma'am, pero isip po, ma'am, kasi ito, lumalabas yung keyword ngayon, binibinay. Para kayo ginagawang binay yung task for former President Judge Martinez. You think po, ma'am, binibinay kayo ngayon kasi malakas kayo ngayon this survey and possibly tinutukod nila kayo para mawala yung political clout ninyo sa 2028.
Yes, oo, yan naman ang sinasabi ko eh. It's all, these are all political attacks from the attack from the left on the confidential funds, the meeting with the Speaker of the House of Representatives, and the attack on the budget, and the other attacks that you see in social media. So these are all directed to remove me from the race. Yes, and then of course remove me from office. Ay, that needs a sit down. Ay, naku. O talaga. Sasabihin ko sa'yo, paano ko nalaman na gusto ni, na plano or gusto ni Martin Romualdez na mag-president? Ay, naku. Halaga. Sasabihin ko sa'yo. And this is personal knowledge. Kasi narinig ko talaga. I was there. So kaya alam ko sa simula pa lang, nung narinig ko yun, okay. Wala lang din sa akin yon. Kasi lahat naman pwedeng tumakbong presidente. Diba? Ang hindi ko lang in-expect, yung gagamitin mo yung buong gobyerno para sirain yung isang tao. Yan din. Kailangan magdesisyon ng taong bayan. Gusto niyo ba ng Vice President Martin Romualdez? Yan ang tanong. Kasi, yan naman kasi talaga yung plano niya. So, kailangan mag-decide ng taong bayan if you want somebody sitting there na hindi ninyo binoto.
Are you determined to stay as Vice President? Ma'am, are you determined to stay as Vice President?
No, I'm at peace. I'm at peace with whatever happens to me. I've already accepted that whatever happens to me, that will be God's purpose for my life. So I am at peace staying and finishing my term because that is my contract with the Filipino people, and I am at peace going if I will be removed from office.
Okay, thank you.